Yeah, I just seen the Breakfast Club. Jimmy popping all that bull. I be seeing Jimmy talking about, we Gucci boo boo. He in the Gucci store. Talking about, we Gucci boo boo. The Black King niggas was going fuck up. Jimmy, they was like, Marita Monero.
Jimmy was not a rapper then.
Right.
He was your man, like on the side, like on the side, just he was not a rapper at all.
Right.
So when balling took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks thing.
When 50 Cent sends a warning, the whole rap world freezes for a second. This time, Jim Jones is the one feeling the heat. It all kicked off after Jim got slick in an interview, throwing shade and questioning 50's street credentials. He said something like, a lot of these dudes be acting tough for the cameras. We know who really outside. That one line exploded online like gasoline on fire. Fans instantly caught the hint there was no doubt who he meant.
I recently saw a clip on the Instagram where a young kid was comparing you to Nas and saying that you got
that's my young boy.
big hits.
He's wild.
Yo, he looked to you. He learned how to wear the BB Simon belt from you. He got his swag. Like, how crazy is that? Because in my era, you know what I'm saying? Nas is like a god.
In my era too. I mean,
so
well,
to be compared,
yeah. Let me
that young kid out.
He was young and we loved that he loved Jim Jones. I want you to break it down.
Let's break this down. I admired Nas, but remember Nas' first record, The Barbecue, came out when I was in 11th grade.
Because if there's one rapper who's proven he's both business-minded and street-approved, it's Curtis. 50 Cent, Jackson, and trust, 50 don't play when it comes to respect. Within hours, he fired back in classic 50 fashion, no diss track, no angry rant, just a cold, calculated Instagram post that shook the industry. He wrote, "Some of y'all better chill before I remind the city what really happened." No names, no tags, but everyone knew exactly who he was talking about.
He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mace be that and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally, he had one.
Mm-hmm.
And I just looked, and I knew, I just took the shot, Murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was gonna go for it. Mm-hmm. But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. Then you gotta watch and see how he responds. And then when you see, he like, oh, he really like that. Give me this, give me Jimmy. Yeah, tell him we want him. We want you at the show, Jimmy. Yo, but that was one of those things I just threw it out and see what. And then when he bit to it, because it was like he was having a moment that not sure that was going to ever happen again at that point. And then he's going, for them, they had records that where, look, I always said it's just certain artists, I go, damn, when is he going to have his moment? Like, Fab, I said.
The timing, the tone, that icy caption, it screamed one thing. Jim Jones, tread carefully. Comments went crazy, fans saying things like, 50 about to air somebody out, and Jim better chill before 50 start dropping receipts. And if you know anything about 50, when he says remind the city, he's not talking about rumors. He's talking about real life stories. Most rappers pray never get mentioned again. 50's not impulsive, he's strategic. He moves like a chess master, setting up his next checkmate. So when he fires off a warning like that, it's never for show, it's a message with weight. That warning spread like wildfire. Every hip-hop blog, gossip page, and fan account was reposting it nonstop, saying 50 had officially stepped back into villain mode. Even people close to Jim were supposedly telling him to fall back because this wasn't your average rap beef. There's history here. Real tension that's been simmering for years. 50 and Jim been circling each other since the Dipset verses. G-Unit days old rivalries, industry politics, and quiet street stories that run way deeper than music ever could. But here's the crazy part. This ain't 2005 anymore.
Coming up and things like that.
I've heard you say that.
Since the barbecue and things like that, like he really put the whole dope boy rap, crack hustler, get fresh rap into perspective before anybody else. Before I heard Jay do it, before I heard anybody else, like he changed the cadence of rap into a whole different steam. Like he's the one that broke the camel's back when it came to artists like, to me, when it came to artists like Big Daddy Kane and all these artists that came right before him. Like after Nas came with that, they started to fade out, and then Jay, Fat Joe, like all of these rappers that are spitting about the life that we was really starting to live right now and how it was changing. Like this is, you know what I mean? So that's how I felt about that whole little situation.
50's not just a rapper now. He's a mogul, a TV powerhouse, a media mastermind with global reach. When 50 speaks, millions tune in instantly. So that warning didn't just land on Jim, it sent shockwaves through the whole culture. People online were saying, yo, 50's got more pull now than ever. Meanwhile, Jim's still out here running his mouth like it's old times. That's why this whole situation feels different, because 50's not reacting like a rapper anymore. He's moving like a boss who can crush reputations with a single post. So yeah, Jim probably thought he was just tossing out a slick comment for clicks, but once 50 Cent clapped back, the whole energy changed. The jokes stopped, and people started whispering, wait, what does 50 really know?
So Nas was my idol when I was young. Like you did, came to dressing, the wordplay, the music, everything. I was a superior Nas fan, period. I'd never take that away from him. But then as I got in the game, you gotta realize, you know what I mean? Like,
and when that kind of question starts floating around in hip hop, it means something heavy might be brewing next. To really get why this warning hit so hard, you gotta rewind to the roots of that G-Unit versus Dipset tension back when New York was the epicenter of rap power. You had 50 Cent and G-Unit holding down one side, and Cam'ron with Dipset running the other two powerful forces repping different corners of New York City. Both were kings in their own lanes, but the competition was real. Even if it never turned into an all-out war, the air was always thick with pride, ego, and that silent rivalry every real fan could feel. Jim Jones, being Dipset's loudest voice, always made sure Harlem stayed in the conversation. He'd jump into the mix, reminding everyone that Harlem's flavor hit different from Queens. But let's be real, 50's resume speaks for itself.
Diplomats know nobody else. Me, Jim Jones, check my track record, then check everybody else's track record. Then go to the billboards and check all my entries, then check all them entries. And like if you want to go to the billboard entries, pull up Nas billboard entries, then pull up my billboard entries.
Can we address one thing though?
Go ahead.
Jim Jones has 9 entries in the Billboard 200 with 3 top 10 albums and no number ones, while Nas has 27 entries, 16 top 10 albums, and 6 that have reached number 1 on the Billboard 200.
Right now, 2025, I'm in the game still rapping at a high capacity. If Nas wants to smoke, come in the booth. I will rap circles around.
Jim Jones is rapping at a high capacity right now in 2025. I'm on record as saying I think some of the best music that's been coming out of New York in recent years has been from Jim Jones. I haven't seen Nas in that mode. Nas still makes great music at a high level. I just haven't seen Nas in that, let's get active, getting at each other mode.
The man built an empire from scratch, survived shootouts, label battles, and industry snakes he didn't have to talk about being real. He lived it. That's why when Jim throws shade, fans see it less like confidence and more like envy. Deep down, everybody knows 50 earned every stripe he's got. Fast forward to now, 50's a multi-millionaire mogul running TV empires like Power and BMF, stacking success on success. Meanwhile, Jim's still chasing viral moments by name-dropping other rappers just to stay in headlines. That's why 50's warning hit different. It didn't sound like a diss. It sounded like a boss checking an employee. That know your lane type of energy that cuts deep. Insiders even say this wasn't random. 50 had been catching wind of Jim's slick talk for months. From his shots at Maze and Cam'ron to now taking jabs at 50, Jim's been stirring up the same family tree too long, and it's catching up fast.
Jim Jones went on Fat Joe and Jadakiss's. Oh, look, a topic in a topic.
Yeah.
He went on Fat Joe and Jadakiss's podcast and had a lot to say about some dude on the internet that said Jim Jones is better than Nas and has more Billboard hits than Nas.
It was a young kid. I believe he was like 23 or something, 22, 23. And he was saying that for his generation, his era, they don't look at Nas. And a lot of people took offense to that. I personally did not take offense just because of the kid's age, of the generation.
It's like a sports conversation. Like the numbers are the numbers. But in New York City, with rappers, we don't necessarily go by that.
Yes, Travis Scott is the bigger act, more hits, more numbers, more. But to the rappers, don't nobody give a about what Travis Scott is talking.
People online are clowning him, calling him Harlem's noisy neighbor, saying he talks more than he raps these days. The sad part? Jim's still out here trying to prove he's outside, that he's real Harlem. But in 2025, that street image just doesn't hit like it used to. The culture's different now. It's about moves, not mouth. And that's exactly where 50's dominance still shines bright. When he dropped that warning, fans said it felt like a time machine moment, like the old Get Rich or Die Trying 50 had just stepped back into the game for a second. The tone, the confidence, that mysterious edge, it reminded everyone why his name still strikes fear. 50's not the type to argue, he's the type to pull receipts. And when he said, "Remind the city," people started whispering immediately, because everybody knows 50's roots in New York run deep. Jim's response? Total silence. No post, no clapback, no live, nothing. And that silence spoke volumes.
Put it to you like this, Jim. Hey, bro, you been in this thing, but lyrically, I'm gonna keep it a stack with you.
Yeah,
y'all
but look
ain't
how
effing
you
with
dress.
Nas.
Look how you dress. You don't even be in the same places I be in. And the
But
things
I-
that we, listen to
I
me,
can be in the church house. You can't F with Nas lyrics. I don't know who told you that. Now look, y'all know you on that good stuff, but you're not seeing Nas. You're not seeing Nas, bro. Let's be real.
You got a bunch of 40 and 50-year-olds in their panties because I said I'm better than
It don't
Nas.
matter.
Look at you. Look at you. Ain't all in your
nobody from Dipset gonna take you over Nas.
Because when 50 calls you out and you go quiet, that's not peace, that's pressure. And right now, Jim's definitely feeling that heat. After that post blew up, the internet went into full detective mode. Fans started digging into their history. And that's when things got even messier. Rumors started swirling stories about tension between 50 and Jim that went way beyond music. People online were talking about street deals that never went through, alliances that got twisted, and behind-the-scenes drama that's been buried for years. Nobody ever confirmed it out loud, but when 50 said, "Remind the city," fans knew he was hinting at something real. Theories started flying. Some claimed it was about old Harlem street ties. Others said it had to do with those shady label politics from back in the day when 50 and Cameron were clashing. Remember that legendary on-air argument on Hot 97? Jim was right there backing Cam every time. So even though years have passed, that energy between them never really died. It just went quiet, waiting for the right moment to resurface. 50 kept it pushing, while Jim kept the tension alive, running his mouth in interviews, and now it feels like karma's finally come knocking. People online are saying Jim should have left 50's name out of his mouth, especially knowing how calculated and ruthless 50 can be. This is the same man who's clowned rappers, CEOs, and even billionaires in front of the whole world. Nobody's safe, not Ja Rule, not Diddy, not a soul. Once 50 locks onto you, he'll expose every flaw until you're forced to tap out. And the wild part? 50 didn't even have to say much this time. Just that one post shook the whole industry. Rappers started quietly unfollowing Jim. Bloggers started digging up old clips of him talking slick. And even some of his Harlem peers went silent. The vibe online was clear. Everyone's waiting to see if 50's about to drop another bombshell. Because if he does, oh, it's gonna break the internet for real. Then a few days later, fans noticed something. 50 deleted the post. And that's when things got even more suspicious. Cause when 50 deletes something, it's never random. It usually means he's plotting something bigger or already making moves behind the curtain. He's known for using silence as strategy, and that's what separates him from the rest. Most rappers talk for attention, 50 moves for impact. Meanwhile, Jim's still been publicly quiet, but people close to him claim he's unbothered. Yeah, right. Because when 50's involved, even silence feels like pressure. Every podcast mention, every tweet, every tiny quote turns into another round of speculation. Fans are sitting back, waiting for the next shot to land. And at this point, it's not even about music anymore, it's pure pride. Jim built his whole image on toughness, on being Harlem's loudest voice. But now the internet's calling him the guy who accidentally woke up 50 Cent, and that's a dangerous title to wear. Because when you wake 50 up, he doesn't just joke around, he destroys reputations. Now that 50's warning has gone viral, the whole game's asking the same question: what happens next? Is 50 really about to expose something major, or is this just his way of turning up the pressure and making Jim back down? Either way, the message is loud and clear. 50 Cent doesn't play when it comes to respect. He made it known that certain names should keep his out their mouth unless they got permission first. See, 50's not just a rapper anymore, he's a brand, a full-blown global empire. Whenever his name gets dragged into petty drama, he flips it into business. He'll clap back, but he does it in a way that trends, boosts his projects, and keeps his power stamped in every headline. That's the major difference between him and Jim. 50 turns tension into profit, while Jim turns it into problems. Fans online started lining up their careers side by side, and the gap was impossible to ignore. 50's been rich and relevant for over 2 decades, still respected, still feared, still the boss. Meanwhile, Jim's been working non-stop, but his biggest buzz lately comes from interviews, not music. That's why fans said this whole situation revealed something deeper. Jim's chasing validation, while 50 already owns it. And the craziest part? Some fans believe 50's warning wasn't even just for Jim, it was for the entire industry. Like a bold reminder that even in 2025, when 50 Cent speaks, the whole culture still listens. One cryptic sentence from 50 can shake the entire internet for a week straight. That's real power. Meanwhile, Jim's now got the whole world locked in, waiting on his next move. If he claps back, 50's gonna unload without mercy. But if he stays quiet, he looks weak in front of everybody. That's checkmate, the classic 50 Cent move. He doesn't play checkers with beef, he plays chess. Always 3 steps ahead, always setting up the next play. Even other celebs are speaking up, saying, Jim better let that one go, because everybody knows 50 ain't the type to forget. He's patient, the kind who waits, gathers info, and strikes when the timing's perfect. So yeah, 50's warning didn't just go viral, it echoed. It wasn't a random post, it was a statement. A reminder that some names still hold real weight in this game, and some rivalries never truly fade. 50's message was loud and crystal clear. Don't play with me. I built too much to entertain clowns. Now the entire hip-hop world's holding its breath, wondering what comes next. Will Jim Jones defend his pride, or will he stay quiet before 50 turns that warning into a full-blown expose? One thing's for sure, when 50 says, I'll remind the city, best believe he's holding something heavy. Make sure you hit that like button, drop a comment, share this video, and subscribe for more. See you on the next one.